Welcome, friends. The airport was crowded, yet strangely silent in one corner. A soldier in his uniform stood stiff, his eyes wet as they lingered on the flag-draped casket of his fallen brother-in-arms. He whispered softly, almost like a prayer, "I promised your family I would bring you home. I can't leave you now, my friend." But the airline staff shook their heads. "Staff, sir, I'm sorry, it's against the policy. You cannot escort the casket." The soldier's voice cracked. "Soldier, policy? He was my brother. I swore I'd never let him walk alone. Not even now." His hands trembled, his heart broke, but he stood frozen, helpless. A woman sitting nearby clutched her chest. Passenger whispering, "This isn't right. He's a soldier." That man in the casket gave everything. Slowly she rose to her feet. Then a father stood, holding his little girl's hand. Little girl, softly, "Mommy, why is he crying?" Mother, "Because he lost someone he loved. And now we must stand with him." One by one, passengers began to rise. Within moments, the entire terminal stood tall. Dozens of strangers united in silence, their eyes filled with respect. A man from the crowd raised his voice, steady and powerful. "Passenger, let him walk with his friend. We will not sit until he does." The airline staff hesitated, but the wave of humanity was too strong. Finally, they stepped back. The soldier, overwhelmed, placed his hand gently on the flag. Tears streamed down his face as he whispered, "We're going home, brother. And I won't leave your side." As he walked beside the casket, every step echoed with honor. Behind him, passengers bowed their heads, some saluted, others prayed. In that moment, rules and policies faded. What remained was respect, love, and the spirit of humanity. Like daily, subscribe, comment, share. Channel name, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The terminal lights glowed softly as a soldier stood near the gate, staring at the coffin draped in the American flag. He clenched his fists, his lips trembling as he whispered, "You were more than my friend. You were my brother. How can I let you travel alone?" The airline supervisor shook his head firmly. "Supervisor, I'm sorry, sir. It's not allowed. Please take your seat." The soldier's shoulders sank. His voice broke as he pleaded, "All I ask is to walk beside him just this once. This is my last goodbye." Passengers nearby exchanged worried glances. A young man rose from his seat. "Passenger one, he fought for us. He deserves this." Another voice echoed from the back. "Passenger two, if you won't allow him, then none of us will board this plane." The atmosphere shifted. One after another, people began standing. An old man with a cane, a mother cradling her baby, even children holding their parents' hands. Soon the entire hall was on its feet, their silence speaking louder than words. The soldier's eyes filled with tears. He looked around in disbelief. Soldier whispering, "I thought I was alone. But today, I see my brother is honored by all of you." Finally, the airline staff stepped aside. With slow, reverent steps, the soldier placed his hand on the casket. His voice cracked with emotion. "We're going home together. I will not leave you." As he walked beside the coffin, the crowd bowed their heads. Some saluted, others wept. The terminal was no longer just an airport, it had become a place of unity, love and respect. Like daily, subscribe, comment, share. Channel name, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The airport announcement echoed in the background. But for one soldier, the world had gone silent. His eyes never left the casket draped in the national flag. His lips trembled as he whispered, "You saved my life more times than I can count. How do I repay you now? By leaving you alone?" The airline employee, looking uncomfortable, repeated firmly, "Employee, sir, please understand, this is against the airline's policy. You cannot escort the casket." The soldier's jaw tightened, his voice low but sharp. "He gave his life so you could have your policies. This isn't a rule to me, it's a promise." The silence grew heavy until a teenager stood from the waiting area, clutching his backpack. "Teenager, if he can't walk with his friend, then I won't get on this flight." A woman joined, her voice trembling. "Woman, me neither." That man in the casket gave his tomorrow for our today. Soon, dozens of voices filled the terminal. Crowd together. "Let him walk. Let him walk." The soldier's eyes blurred with tears. he whispered to himself. Brother, look at this. Even strangers stand for you. The pressure was too strong, and finally the airline relented. The path was cleared. With slow, reverent steps, the soldier walked alongside the casket, his hand brushing the flag gently. His voice cracked with pain and pride. We're going home. Together. Behind him, the passengers stood in silence. Some saluted, others held hands over their hearts. The air was thick with grief, but also with love, proof that sacrifice never goes unnoticed. Like a daily subscribe, comment, share. Channel name, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The airport was crowded, but in one corner silence reigned. A young soldier stood frozen, staring at the coffin draped in the national flag. His lips trembled as he whispered, I promised your parents, I promised your little boy, I would bring you home. How can I leave you now? The airline official shook his head coldly. Official, I'm sorry, sir. It's not permitted. Please step aside. The soldier's eyes burned with pain. Soldier, he called me brother. His son calls me uncle, and you're asking me to walk away. In that moment, a small voice broke the silence. A little boy, holding his mother's hand, spoke softly. Boy, Mommy, is Uncle going to leave Daddy alone? The mother's eyes filled with tears. Mother, no, sweetheart. A soldier never leaves his brother alone. Her words stirred the crowd. People began whispering, shaking their heads in disapproval. An elderly man with tears streaming down his cheeks stood tall and said, Old man, my son never came home from war. Let this soldier walk with his friend. Don't take this dignity away. One by one, passengers rose to their feet. Their unity was undeniable. The official, overwhelmed, finally stepped aside. With heavy steps, the soldier placed his hand on the coffin, whispering through his tears, We're going home, brother, and I'll walk every step with you. As he moved forward, the entire crowd bowed their heads. Mothers hugged their children tightly. Fathers placed hands over their hearts, and the little boy whispered, Daddy is not alone anymore. The terminal was no longer just a place of travel. It became a place of honor, respect, and love. Like a daily subscribe, comment, share. Channel name, Soul of Kindness.